Rebound in Nvidia shares leading the markets higher yesterday. Joining us now, Marianne Bartels, Chief Investment and Strategist at Sanctuary Wealth. And I actually was talking yesterday, and actually in a few of the interviews lately, I don't know, just have an unsettled feeling. It's just weird, no 2% pullbacks. The market keeps going up. There's liquidity. But I felt better about the overall market in 2023 when everyone hated it. Than I do right now. And you point out the same thing. Analysts, Wall Street watchers have finally caught up with their own market outlook and raising their target. Many of them are now at 5,600. So I don't know. They were so wrong last year. It makes me uncomfortable when they get bullish.
I'm in the same camp, Joe, but I don't think it's a big sell signal. I still think this year is going to turn out really well, and that's really based on a combination of, earnings still remaining very strong, profit margins still growing, and the technicals of this market remain very bullish. So, I think we can get a lot of chop maybe in here a little bit. We're getting a rotation. We're getting some profit taking in technology, and you obviously saw that recently in Nvidia. And we're seeing a rotation because industrials got oversold, energy got oversold, and utilities. But I still think that tech is the leadership and is still going to drive these markets into the end of the year. And you like growth. So you're not thinking it's a value thing or in a mega super cycle for growth. So you think there are true fundamentals backing up these valuations. It's not just, all the stimulus, all the liquidity. Well, Joe, the liquidity and stimulus are definitely affecting risk assets. But the companies, particularly the Magnificent Seven, are producing earnings. This is not what I call air pudding and wind sauce, rallies that we saw in 99 and 2000. These are real and substantial. And we're in a major shift in the global economy as we're shifting technology to AI. In that sense, it's very similar to 1995. But if you compare the NASDAQ 100 to the market period of the 1920s, we may have a rally that surpasses the 2000 rally and really have a rally that's very similar to what we had in 1925 to the peak in 29. That's where I get the super cycle for growth. I think this is going to be an unprecedented move that we see in the markets that go out to 2029, 2030. Right now, a lot of what we're seeing with AI is like the build out. You need chips. I don't know whether the use case for every, for across the board, it's going to help every company be better, more productive, do more things. How many years before that's really a major contributor to just the prosperity of these companies and how well they do? Because right now it just seems like the people making the pipes or whatever you want to call it, the chips, the ultra fast chips, they're the ones benefiting. When does everyone else benefit from AI? 5 years? I think it's before that. I think, by 3 years, we'll have a much better sense of where AI is really producing. We're ahead of ourselves then, if it's 3 years away. I think we're a little ahead of ourselves, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to build out the infrastructure. So this is going to go in cycles. So we still have to build out the infrastructure to run AI. We don't have that full infrastructure yet. And you see that with Nvidia with their new chip, the Blackwell. The marketplace still has to adopt that. And what amazes me, Joe, I've been doing this for 40 years. I've never seen a company like Nvidia before make this major transformation and then have earnings hit the bottom line so aggressively. They're definitely going to be the leader in the market. They're going to probably take about 80% of the share, but it's not going to be a straight line. But I do think this year is a good year. We may have a lot of chop next year. But I think when we go into the back end of the decade, you're going to start seeing companies move at a pace that we have not seen since 2000. These are very early stages for these moves in these companies. Right. When people try to look at a historical precedent for Nvidia, they come up with Cisco, which went to $600 billion back in the late 90s. I don't know if that, $3 trillion in the speed
that Nvidia got the $3 trillion, I don't think anything compares. I don't think that holds up the comparison of. So I don't necessarily think that suddenly, Nvidia goes back to having what Cisco had, 24 years of underperformance after 1999, whenever it was.
Yeah, I think you're correct, Joe. Absolutely. As I said, I've never seen a company in the 40 years I've been doing this create such groundbreaking technology that will eventually transform the global world.
Well,